was born to modest means but died the richest man of his time, revered and reviled in equal measure. This is John D. Rockefeller, the oil king whose empire cast a long, dark shadow over America's Gilded Age. A master of ruthless efficiency and calculated ambition, Rockefeller built an oil monopoly that made him a legend and a target. His name would become synonymous with unimaginable wealth and unspeakable power. In the early oil rush, Rockefeller played for keeps. In 1872, amid the so-called Cleveland Massacre, he quietly bought out 22 of his 26 Cleveland competitors in just 6 weeks. By using secret alliances and threats, he eliminated what he called ruinous competition overnight. Biographer Ron Chernow later called this aggressive takeover one of the most shameful episodes of Rockefeller's career, but it cemented his dominance. From this bloodless coup, Standard Oil was born, and the march toward total monopoly began. Rockefeller's tactics only grew bolder from there. By the late 1870s, Standard Oil controlled about 90% of the US oil refining market. He struck secret rebate deals with railroad companies to ship his oil at rock-bottom rates, while squeezing out anyone who dared to compete. "Competition is a sin," Rockefeller allegedly remarked, and he lived by that creed. Standard Oil undersold its rivals to bankrupt them, prompting one newspaper to brand it the most cruel, impudent, pitiless and grasping monopoly that ever fastened upon a country. The public watched in awe and horror as Rockefeller became a new breed of tyrant, an industrial emperor in a three-piece suit. A 1904 political cartoon depicts Standard Oil as an octopus, its tentacles strangling other industries and even reaching for the White House. By the turn of the century, many Americans saw Rockefeller's company as a monstrous octopus with a tentacled grip on the economy and government. His empire coiled around steel, copper, railroads and banks. Nothing was beyond Standard Oil's reach. The message was clear. One giant corporation controlled the nation's lifeblood, and even democracy seemed at its mercy. To a fearful public, Rockefeller was no longer just a businessman. He was a puppet master, pulling the strings of commerce and politics alike. For a time, John D. Rockefeller was untouchable, a man who could make or break entire industries at will. He projected an almost godlike aura, calm and implacable, as if ordained to rule. But absolute power breeds absolute backlash. As Rockefeller's wealth and influence grew, so did public outrage and whispers of a dark side behind his Sunday school demeanor. Journalists began digging for cracks in Standard Oil's facade, and competitors seethed at its stranglehold. The stage was set for a fierce showdown between the oil baron and a nation determined to break his grip. The world would soon see how far the mighty could fall.
Men like Rockefeller don't just build fortunes. They bend the market itself. To invest with him was to wager on destiny. To stand against him was to invite ruin. Ask yourself, would you have followed the oil king's shadow or dared to fight it? History remembers the empire. Which side of it will you stand on? Like this video, share it, subscribe, because the next chapter only grows darker.